Warrior, it has been one HELL kind of week around the Warriors. Let's explain what this means. Please make sure you're subscribed to our channel because we are fighting algorithms. We know this. They're burying our stuff, and we want the information we bring to you to get out to you. So let's talk about what happened so far this week. But I should say, thank you. Thank you for being such a warrior and joining me. The most horrific thing in my career as a warrior, my passion, what I want to do until the end of times is raising awareness, educating the public, working on policy, just trying to make the country better for kids and families and everybody. This week, President Trump put out an executive order, EO, this past Thursday, as rumored, as we knew from our coalition work and our sources in Washington. And what it basically says is that any AI, artificial intelligence legislation on the books, and New York had a great piece of legislation. California has one. Guardrails, just guardrails. Let's break it down. Guardrails. Because as you know, this artificial intelligence is hitting every phase of our lives. I mean, it's on every shopping site. It's on our kids' school. It's on every time you go on a Zoom. It's, do you want the AI companion? They're putting the AI voice recorders and cameras in children's toys now. It is taking over everything. And the argument always is the same thing. Oh, it has great advances for healthcare, so we can help cure cancer. Or it has great, for predicting weather. Or we don't want China to get ahead of us. I've heard this one until I can't hear it anymore. We don't want China because that will be a national security threat. If they put their content into the AI, our kids and all of us are reading it, our minds will be swayed. Now, I understand, but to me, the real threat is AI itself upon the American public. And with President Trump's EO, executive order, over 20 states who have enacted legislation, I believe it's 20 states, this preempts. And all that means is, let's bottom line it, any AI legislation done by a state be erased. That's pretty much it. That's the bottom line. So the administration is following the lead of big tech. Has our Congress, is it now being controlled by a corporation, big tech? What is going on? All we know is this is dangerous. I'll stay on top of it. I'll report for you. But on both sides, we have Democrats, we have Republicans. I believe this is the last truly bipartisan issue. The AI, the digital safety, the safety for our kids. And I want you to understand something. We're not against the internet. We love the internet. I'm talking to you now on the internet, right? You can do so much research if you want on the internet. Again, you got to check your sources and vet, but come on now. It's a digital world we live in. It's not going away. We are against having something like AI, and there are no guardrails. And furthermore, for the president to put out an executive order saying anything that's already in place, because the states have done much better work on this, on digital safety, than the federal government, in my opinion, to say you can erase it all, unheard of. So again, we have big tech running amok, running the show, it seems, in Washington. I don't know. You had Tim Cook walking around all week in D.C. In a suit, really lobbying hard. And our precious Kids Online Safety Act, KOSA, K-O-S-A, you know I talk about it for years now. To have this watered down, which it is, I don't even know how to describe it. It is so damaging to the good people who have worked on this. Again, both sides of the aisle. This is not a Republican or a Democratic issue. It is a bipartisan, nonpartisan, whatever you want to call it. It is about child safety, therefore family safety, therefore country safety. But the thing that bothers me and eats at me all the time is we have so many parents now who stepped up, who testified in front of Congress, who've marched on Capitol Hill, who've marched across the country, who've marched in front of these big tech corporations, their headquarters, their shops, their stores. And what is slam? What is slam to these people who bravely shared stories of pain? They took their pain to purpose. And their child on their shirt, their child on a pin, their child on a sign, turning around, sitting behind Congress when people were testifying, watching Mark Zuckerberg in one of these hearings when he was asked to turn around and apologize to the parents, and it was the most watered down nothing. Here's a hint. We've had several of these big tech CEOs say they don't let their own children use social media. So why is it good enough for our kids and grandkids? It is ruining lives. There are various studies. I'm not a broken record. This is the truth. These are the facts. And if you've been with me on the Warriors, you know it. Mental health, crisis among everybody in the United States, but especially our kids, fueled by the internet. Lots of studies, lots of everything. We've got eating disorders. We've got cyberbullying. We have sextortion. We have sex trafficking. We have labor trafficking. Our vulnerable kids especially. So what's going on here? So we do not align the Warriors right now with the administration in this this executive order, to allow big tech to rule the roost, because we've seen the harms. Do we not learn anything in the last 20 years with social media? And Kids Online Safety Act, it was very minimally just a little something to hold big tech accountable. If there's something harmful there, get rid of it. I mean, we have the Take It Down Act, take it down. But Kids Online Safety Act, the duty of care, meaning reasonably, big tech, these platforms have a duty, right, to help us. Why is everything on the parents and the kids as far as safety? To help with this harmful content, right? Or else. It wasn't even a big or else. To be, transparent. Tell us what's going on. There's no transparency with big tech. Only corporations I can think of where there are no regulations. There aren't. No true transparency. What we know is because we have whistleblowers that have come forward. People who have worked at these companies and have revealed things. And where is this going? We're not going to get into that right now. What we're going to do is use our voices. We are going to find out who represents us, house.gov, senate.gov. We are going to write to them. It very easily will tell you, put in your zip code, your name, who represents you. Hit the email button, okay? Calls, you get extra credit. Emails, and say, I want Senate version of COSA. Because COSA, the Kids Online Safety Act, passed 91-3. Almost unheard of in the Senate. And then it had to fly over to the House, where it sat and collected dust until it came up right before Thanksgiving. We're going to have a hearing the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. Of course, holiday, everybody's distracted, people are traveling. And we're going to lump it in with 18 other pieces of child legislation. Brilliant. Listen, this is a scam. We can all see it. We have come together. We are a strong coalition. We are fighting for the parents. We are fighting for the children. We are fighting for our future children and grandchildren. And I've wrapped my head around this with the administration and why they're doing this. When they're launching K through 12, we're going to have the magnificent AI programs. It is a danger. It is a danger. So I'll keep you informed. Your homework, a couple of things: finding out who represents you, writing them, calling them. We want that Senate version had the duty of care in it. This watered down, basically nothing, Kids Online Safety Act in the House, they took the duty of care out. And I keep saying, so what is it? It's like a not a nothing. But here's what the public's going to see. They're going to see that Congress, they passed child safety legislation, and they're just going to take that and think, wow, they're doing something. They're helping us. We have known that when there's a groundswell of calling for accountability, that these big tech platforms will kind of step up, put a glossy PR, something out there, and we're taking steps to keep kids safe, blah, 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 blah. And then when it's tested, it's usually doesn't work, right? So it's up to us. We must be the warriors in our own home and communities. We must share with each other facts, information. Go to lynswarriors.org. Also, talk to your kids. Just talk to your kids. All of this has been thrown at us. We had no choice, no say in this. And it's speeding up every day because I see it, especially in the last few months. And I see Congress, some members, keeping their mouths shut. And really, I guess it's about why else would we want to destroy our American youth. Why else would we allow these big tech corporations making trillions, billions? I don't even know the numbers. We'll probably never know. There's no transparency, true transparency, in my opinion, off the backs of our kids and off of our pain. We rally around the parents and the children. The warriors support them. Please do the same. Because we all know somebody with children. We may not have them. We know somebody with them. Friends. We just have children. We have friends that are grandparents. It affects all of us. It trickles down to all of us. And I'll go a step further. Perpetuating the mental health goes into our healthcare system, which is already burdened and nobody can figure out. And more people will need services. More monies will need to be spent. More burden on the already, we don't know what kind of healthcare service we have. Interesting. So as all these stories come out that these billions have been stolen from services and for healthcare and this and that, it's the tip of the iceberg, warrior friends. I'm very concerned. You need to be too. But you know what? If you do your homework, if you talk to your child, make sure you know what's going on curriculum in schools, make sure you know who their friends are. Make sure when they're on the devices, friends only, private, because all these predators are slipping into the DMs, their direct messages. And so many kids are vulnerable. They're vulnerable anyways, kid. We're all vulnerable. Kids are really vulnerable. Little developing brains, teens, hormonal, teens looking for friends and validation. We got to be the warrior. I'm very concerned. It's only going to get worse. Giving the power to these big tech companies now to run amok with AI, because the whispers behind the scenes are, and we're talking there are a lot of ethical tech people. They don't want to work on all this stuff. They just want to do their jobs and do good by society. They're very concerned. We work with lots of groups and organizations and nonprofits and survivors. Nobody can believe this, but we're coming together. I say the fight just begins now. It's very disappointing what's happening with the administration. It's very disappointing from my mind to think, some of these big tech companies, a lot of these big tech companies gave the president a lot of money to build a ballroom. I wonder if that plays into anything. Very disappointing. But you know what? We've got each other. We're going to rally around each other and the children and the families. We're going to support them. We're going to keep talking about it. And we're going to make a difference. Kids Online Safety Act. Write to your representatives. You want the Senate version because that had the duty of care. Remember that. Now it's in the House. And they took that out. And that's the only thing that makes it really, one of the top things that makes it worthwhile. But right now, having executive orders and taking away states' rights, you want to get into that in our Constitution? I'm not a lawyer. I mean, I'm married to one, but that's not America. That's not an America I want to be in. That's not an America I want to raise my children and grandchildren in. Think about that. Taking away the states' rights. But here's what's going to happen. Nobody's taking this with a grain of salt. There will be plenty of lawsuits tying all of this up. You'll see. But just a lot of disappointment right now. But let's stick together. It's the holiday season. Let's make a difference. And let's always honor our warriors. Hashtag, which is community creates change. And with that, remember, when you wake up each and every day, hug and kiss your kids. Smile at a stranger. Smile at each other. And remember, go out and be a warrior.